He met her on a rainy afternoon 11 years ago, the kind of afternoon where the sky feels heavy and the whole world slows down as if waiting for something to happen. Ethan Hayes never believed in destiny or fate. He believed in logic, numbers, and precision, the kind of thinking that made him one of the youngest and most successful architects in the city. But everything he believed changed the moment he saw her standing outside the old library, holding her books under her coat, drenched from the sudden storm, yet smiling as if the rain itself were her friend. Her name was Alina. She introduced herself with a voice as soft as the rain that fell around them. And for reasons he didn't understand, Ethan felt something in his chest shift, something he couldn't name, something he hadn't felt before. They talked for only 10 minutes that day, but it was enough for her to stay in his memory for years. She wasn't flirtatious, she wasn't trying to impress him, but she had this gentle warmth that made everything around her feel lighter. He remembered her laugh, the way she tucked her hair behind her ear, the way she said she loved rainy days because they made the world feel clean again. He remembered everything. He didn't even know why. Life went on, careers grew, responsibilities became heavier, and Ethan became the man everyone expected him to be: cold, focused, emotionless, the kind of man who prioritized blueprints over feelings. But even with all his discipline and control, he couldn't forget her, not even once. 11 years passed without a single sign of her, and he had almost convinced himself she was just a fleeting memory, a beautiful moment preserved in the amber of time. Until one Monday morning, when she walked into his office like she had walked into his life all those years ago, quietly, gently, beautifully. She didn't see him at first. She was talking to the receptionist, saying she was the new temporary interior designer assigned to the Hayes project. Ethan stood frozen, watching her, the memory hitting him like a punch to the lungs. She looked the same, yet different, older, wiser, more tired perhaps, but still glowing with the same soft warmth he remembered. And then she turned, saw him, and froze. Her eyes widened in recognition, and for a moment the world seemed to stop again, just as it had on that rainy day. "Ethan?" she whispered, a mixture of surprise and disbelief. "Alina," he said, the name leaving his lips like a secret he had held for too long. They stared at each other, both caught between the past and the present. He didn't know what to say. He had imagined this moment so many times that now, standing in front of her, every practiced word vanished. She gave a small smile, shy and unsure. "It's been a long time, 11 years, he answered instantly, surprising even himself. Her breath hitched, and she looked away with a flustered laugh. "I didn't expect you to remember the exact number." "I remembered everything," he said quietly, and her eyes flickered with something: curiosity, warmth, or perhaps something deeper. Over the next few weeks they worked together on the project, but it wasn't just work. Every moment felt charged, heavy with unspoken things. Ethan found himself watching her when she wasn't looking, noticing the way she bit her lip when she focused, the way she hummed softly while sketching, the way she smiled at little things as if she were seeing beauty no one else could. He found himself wanting to know everything about her, what she loved, what she feared, what she dreamed of. But there was something different in her this time, a distance, a quiet sadness she tried to hide. One evening, after everyone had left the office, Ethan found her sitting alone in the conference room, staring at her sketchbook with trembling hands. "Alina," he said gently. She quickly wiped her eyes, forcing a smile. "Sorry. Long day. You're crying," he said, stepping closer. "Tell me what's wrong." She shook her head. "It's nothing. You don't have to worry." "I do," he interrupted, the words escaping before he could stop them. "I've been worrying for 11 years. Her breath caught, and she finally let the tears fall. She confessed everything then: how life had been unfair, how she had lost so much, how she struggled alone, how she thought she wasn't good enough, how she thought Ethan must have forgotten her long ago. "I tried to forget you," she whispered brokenly. "But some people, they stay, even when they're gone." Ethan's throat tightened. "You were never gone." "Not from here," he touched his chest. She broke then, fully, crying into his arms as he held her for the first time, feeling her warmth, feeling her fragility, feeling the years of silence collapse between them. From that night on, things changed, slowly, gently. They talked more, shared more, laughed more. Ethan opened up in ways he never had. Alina trusted him in ways she hadn't trusted anyone in years. But life wasn't done testing them. One morning, she disappeared again, no message, no call, nothing. Ethan felt something inside him crack open. He searched everywhere, asked everyone, but all he found was a single envelope on his desk with his name written in her delicate handwriting. Inside was a single letter. Ethan, I care about you more than I should. You're the only warm memory I carried in the coldest parts of my life, but you deserve someone whole. Someone who isn't broken. Someone who isn't afraid of being loved. I'm leaving because I don't want to hurt you. I hope someday you'll forget me. Alina, he didn't forget. He couldn't. He refused. For the first time in his life, he left his responsibilities behind, left his meetings, left everything, and went to find her. He searched for hours, then days, until he found her sitting alone in the same place they had met 11 years ago, the old library steps, the sky cloudy like it was waiting for rain. She looked up, startled, eyes widening when she saw him breathless and desperate. "Why are you here?" she whispered. "Why did you come?" "Because I'm not letting you leave again," he said, voice rough. "Not when I just found you. Not when I've been waiting for you for 11 years. Not when you're the only girl I've never been able to forget." Tears filled her eyes, but Ethan stepped closer. "You say you're broken? Then let me stay. Let me help you heal. Let me love you the way I wanted to all those years ago." "Don't walk away again, Alina. Please," she sobbed, covering her face, shaking. "I'm scared," she whispered. "I know," he said softly, taking her hands. "But you don't have to be. Not alone. Not anymore." Slow rain began to fall around them. Just like that first day, Ethan lifted her chin gently. "You're the girl I couldn't forget. The girl I don't want to forget. The girl I want to stay." And finally, after 11 years of waiting, wondering, remembering, she kissed him. A soft, trembling, rain-soaked kiss that tasted like hope and healing and everything they had lost but finally found again. Ethan held her tight, as if promising the universe itself he wouldn't let go this time. She didn't pull away, she didn't run, she stayed. And for the first time in years, she allowed herself to believe that maybe, just maybe, she had finally found the place where she belonged. With him.